Could you guys let me know if you can hear me? Can you let me know if you can hear me? Did you have who scored?
Jackson Smith.
Ellie, I don't mean to be rude, but I would really love that umbrella to be over the camera. I don't really give a shit about me.
I'm just trying to angle it correctly so it doesn't fly away.
Can you guys let me know if... Can you let me know if you can hear me? Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me? Sound is, I see you. What about the sound? Sound is on. Thank you, Chad. Chad, you get some WVU lacrosse swag for answering me. Appreciate that. We'll get back to you on that one. Thank you, Mr. Altland. Appreciate that. All right, so here we are. We're still in the first quarter. Sorry about all the difficulties. This is kind of a crazy game. It's 2-2, and Buffalo has the ball on their end of the field. The Mountaineers' goals were from number 4, Will Stone, and number 36, Jackson Smith. And there's a ground ball coming up to midfield. The ref is going to stop play, and I'm not sure exactly what's going on. Must be a penalty. Historically, we've had good officiating in Buffalo. We've got a call for a cross-check on number 16, Monty Piervincenti. It's 2-2 in the first quarter. And the Mountaineers are going to be man down for the second time in this game. Buffalo has the ball. There's been a lot of mishandled plays because of the weather. We have a driving rain in Buffalo. It's about 38 degrees and we have winds up to 30 miles an hour. And that's just not good. All of that's not good. I've spoken for the last year about the Illinois game, how miserable it was weather-wise. There's a shot and a score by the Bulls, number 10, right on the crease. And Buffalo goes up 3-2. We probably have around 7 minutes left in the first quarter. I can't see the clock, but that's about where we are. So in goal today for the Mountaineers is number 50. Number 50 is Aiden Taff. And Brian Houck calls timeout to talk things over. So with around 7 minutes left in the first quarter, Buffalo is ahead 3-2. Yeah, I don't know. I can fix it, but I can't fix it right now. Can you move the umbrella for a second? Good, that's good. I'm not sure if that's good or not.
That's good. Yeah, that's better.
I think that's good. I'm soaking wet. I'm just soaking wet. Oh, that's not good. The referees keeps calling us yellow, which I guess is pseudo right, but it's old gold, brother. It's old gold. All right, well, that's a turnover from the Mountaineers, and now Buffalo's going to have the ball. Here comes the Bulls, and they're wasting no time. There's a centering pass. The Mountaineers defense closed that hole quickly. Now the Mountaineers get back, and the Buffalo is going to settle. The Bulls are up 3-2. We're in the mid part of the first quarter. We have a torrential rainstorm with high winds and a temperature of around 38 degrees. Just to give you another weather update, every 30 seconds I'm going to tell you about the weather. The Bulls have the ball. They pass down toward the crease. There's a pretty ugly shot. I mean, I hate to admit that was an ugly shot. It sailed about 50 feet over the cage. Must have just got out of the stick a little odd. We have no shot clocks tonight. Can't see the scoreboard, can't see the time. There's a shot. That's blocked by the Mountaineers, now picked up. Bulls have the ball below GLE. There's a centering pass. That's knocked down by the Mountaineers. Ball's still on the ground. No one seems to want it. Looks like it was picked up by Sean Kenworthy. Now the Mountaineers are bringing it downfield. There's a long pass. Taft was warned by the coaching staff to lay off the long passes. Mulaney wants to shoot, nothing there. There's a centering pass. Gets blocked by the Bulls. The ball's down in front of the Bulls' crease. Now picked up by the Bulls. Ball's still on the ground. No one seems to want it. And that's going to be a push. White gets the ball. Buffalo number 77 has the ball. He's about 6'6" and weighs about 140. Tall and thin, 77. '77 has the ball again. Now passes over on the opposite end side of the field. Bulls have it up top. 77 wants to shoot, and it's blocked by Kenworthy. I think it hit Kenworthy's helmet. Made a sound all the way up here. If someone could FedEx me a space heater, I'd be very appreciative. Send it to Walter Kuntz Stadium in Buffalo. It's going to have to be battery operated. Bulls have the ball below GLE, now at X. Dave Colangelo's on the spot. Mountaineers have their short stick midfielders. There's number 45, Chase Elsis on the field. And that's a turnover on a time. That's a shot clock violation. The Mountaineers are now bringing it up. Aiden Task going to leisurely stroll down the field. Now passes into traffic. That gets away from everyone. Ball's on the ground all the way down GLE and scooped up by Brock Altman. Now a pass up. There's Smith. He wants to shoot, but nothing doing. Buffalo's up 3-2. We're late in the first quarter. West Virginia has their first-string midfielders on the field. Here comes senior Dave Lipinski, the hero of the Pitt game. He scored the game-winning goal against Pitt. Now Kevin Mullaney at X. He's on the crease. He wants to shoot. Excellent defense, but he shoots anyway, and that's going to be out and signal to the Mountaineers. That was very close. The Bulls goalie was right on top of that. Here comes West Virginia from X. That's Will Stone with the ball. Passes back over. Here comes Lipinski. Lipinski shoots, goes wide of the cage. Now the Mountaineers are late. There's a horn, an inadvertent horn. Not sure what's going on. Mountaineers have 12 seconds to score here. They're down 3-2. Centering pass gets away from Lipinski, and it's going to go all the way upfield. That's called over and back. We'll go over to the Bulls. The Bulls are going to be very late. Number 7 with the ball. That's the LSM, and he's got wheels. He gets past Cardeni. He goes all the way below GLE and passes to X. So the Bulls are going to hold. They will settle and hold. Nope, they're going to shoot. That goes wide of the cage. Buffalo number 26 at X. The Mountaineers come into this game with a record of 6-4. And there's a shot, goes wide. Buffalo have the ball, now up top, coming down the alley. Now skip pass over to the left. That's saved by Taff. Taff with a beautiful outlet pass. Now we're coming down the other way, but the outlet pass was not handled. And out it goes, and there's another turnover. And it looks like that's the end of the first quarter. So we have one quarter down. We have 3 quarters to go, and the Mountaineers are losing. It's 3-2.
Yes. M. Yes.
M is for mute. They should. How many people do we have watching?
79.
79 people. Thank you so much for joining us on this Friday night. We are coming to you live from Walter Kuntz Stadium in Buffalo, New York. Buffalo is ahead at this point. We're starting the second quarter. It's 3-2. The Bulls have the lead, but the Mountaineers win that faceoff. And they needed that ball to start this quarter. Mountaineers' second line midfielders tonight includes number 28, Caleb Hemrick. There's a skip pass from Stone way across the other side. There's a shot right on the crease that doesn't get in, but then Mullaney saves his own shot. Tyler Randles is on the field, playing midfielder tonight. Tyler out of Arlington, Virginia, passes up to Will Letters. Letters comes down the alley. Nothing there. Buffalo's playing stingy defense. Mountaineers' Kevin Mullaney looking for some room on the crease. Excellent defense. There's a beautiful move. That's saved by the Buffalo goalie. Buffalo has the ball, and now they're going to bring it up on the other side. Here comes some big-time wheels from number 24. He's got some speed. He's going to come off field, and Buffalo's going to settle. We're still early in the second quarter. Buffalo is ahead 3-2. Ball handling has been an issue because of the weather. We have torrential winds. Not sure how that tent is staying vertical. That tent could fly away at any second. I think they have several people standing on it. It's weighed down. That ball gets away from number 4. O'Neal doesn't want anything to do with it. O'Neal collapses back. Ball's down again. 4 is having a hard time handling the ball. Now we've got some wheels on the field. That's Pierre Vincenti. He passes to Stone. It's a high pass. Stone handles it. Now a skip pass across field. There's a shot, and that goes wide. So that was good ball movement by the Mountaineers and a great shot about 10 to 15 yards out from the cage, but went just a little wide of the cage. Now Stone has the ball and passes up to Flynn. Mountaineers with their first line of midfielders on the field now. That's Augie Flynn, Dave Lipinski, and Jackson Smith. Here comes Lipinski. Tries to squiggle it into the crease, but that wasn't handled. Now we're going the other way, and there's some pretty good defense by the Mountaineers' Lipinski. He rode pretty nicely. Bulls having a little bit of a hard time, but they do get it across midfield in time. Now a pass way across field. Number 3 has the ball. Mountaineers close that door. The Bulls come into this game with a record of 1-4, but that record is somewhat deceiving. They've lost a couple of very close games. They only lost to Pitt by a goal. They lost to Indiana, that's ranked in the top 25, by a goal. So this is a very good team. Cannot be taken lightly. There's a shot, goes wide. That was a nice pass and an excellent look. Good take by the Bulls, but went a little wide to the right of the cage. Buffalo now has the ball up top. Mountaineers are out of sorts there on defense, but that was saved by Taff. Taff Makes a short pass this time rather than one of the long ones. Now the ball back to Taft. Taft's looking for an outlet pass. He passes it 50 yards downfield. There's Flynn. Now there's a shot goes wide. That's one thing about Taft. He loves long passes. He's usually very accurate with his long passes, but tonight it's not the best night for 50-yard passes. That ball is going to get blown into Canada. They're going to see it floating down the falls. There's a shot. Backed up by the Mountaineers. So that's the Mountaineers' Kevin Mullaney at X. Now passes up. Nothing there. Now back to Mullaney. Mullaney passes over to Stone. Stone passes to the center, and it gets in! Will Stone was passing to Augie Flynn. Flynn didn't handle it, and it trickled into the cage to tie this game at 3. Thank you all for joining us on this cold, wet, windy Friday night from Buffalo. The Mountaineers want to get a win tonight and move their record to 7-4. Last week at Pittsburgh, the Mountaineers cinched a playoff berth for the 3rd year in a row, and that's fantastic. They will be playing in the ALC North quarterfinals. We don't know our opponent yet. That'll be determined on Sunday. Oh my God, the Bulls have a fast break, and they have a look at the cage. They're still looking. There's a hitch dodge, and that ball gets in. And Taft seems frustrated, but that was a beautiful move. Couple hitch fakes. That was a great move by the Bulls. And they go up 4-3. Well, there's a timeout on the field. We'll be right back. All right, well, welcome back to Coach Stadium here in Buffalo. Mountaineers find themselves down 4-3 to the Buffalo Bulls. There's a face-off. On the face-off is and there is a penalty, and that was an unnecessary penalty. And a shot on the score by the Bulls puts them up 5-4. And now we're going to get a push call. That may or may not be. It is waved off, thank God. Looks like that Penalty on 98 was waved off. It's 5-3 here in the second quarter. Maybe that's Satkus. Maybe Satkus? No, I see number 90 on the sideline. Possibly Densberger is wearing 98. Not sure exactly what's going on there. So that was a procedure call on the Bulls. The Mountaineers are going to take that ball. And here comes Ben Chadwick with the ball. Chadwick's on the fourth midfield line on offense. Of course, he's one of our defensive short middies as well, but he's playing on the fourth line of our offensive middies. Stone with the ball way up top. Buffalo's up 5-3. Here comes Stone looking for a shot. Nothing there. Stone changes directions. There's a skip pass that goes wide of the cage. Skip pass and a shot that goes wide of the cage. Number 12 is on the sideline. Number 90 is on the sideline. Not sure why number 98 is taking face-offs. 12 doesn't have a helmet on. There's Stone with a shot. And that's a beautiful save by Buffalo. We're going to go down the other way. The Mountaineers are riding. And the ball's on the ground, picked up by the Mountaineers. Looks like the Mountaineers are trying a little closer ride. Looks like a 9-man ride. There's a pass on the crease, and that gets in. And that was Stone right on the crease. That's a goal. You're dying right, that's a goal. That was a late call by the ref, but that was a correct call. And the score is now 5-4. We had a great dinner last night celebrating and honoring our 15 seniors on this team. We traveled down to Clarksburg and had dinner at the Wonder Bar in Clarksburg. That was fantastic. We had a great talk by Coach Rusty Elliott, former head football coach and athletic director at Fairmont State University. Coach Elliott talked to the boys about life after collegiate sports, and it was a fantastic night. All right, well, Buffalo won that faceoff, and they have the ball, and it's way up top, and they are spinning it around. The Mountaineers have their defense set. There's a shot that goes way wide of the cage. That was picked up by the Mountaineers. Taft passes back over to Colangelo. Now to the center of the field, it comes to Chadwick. Chadwick has wheels. He passes upfield to number 8, Letters. And that was a successful clear by the Mountaineers. They're going to settle. There's a beautiful pass sequence, but not handled well, unfortunately. Ball got over the center cutter. and now is being still on the ground. It's at midfield. No one seems to want it. Kicked by the Bulls all the way into their offensive side of the field, picked up by Kenworthy. Oh, I beg your pardon. That was picked up by the Bulls, and they have the ball. Buffalo is up 5-4. We're now late in the second quarter. Four comes down and shoots. That goes wide of the cage. Stays with Buffalo. That's great defense by the Mountaineers. Now the ball's at X. Looking for a centering pass, not there. Now up top. Skip pass all the way up, nothing doing. Good D by number 3. There's a penalty. There's another flag. It's unfortunate. It's going to be 2 flags in a row on Tyler Randalls, and the second one's going to be a locked in. So Randalls is going to get hit with 2 1-minute non-releasable penalties. The Bulls are going to be man up for 2 minutes. Well, let's see how our man down defense does, and they let that ball get right in. The Bulls are now up 6-4, and they still have a man up.
Whenever I said I thought
That ball's on the ground, and that's going to be picked up by the Bulls. Now it comes over to the Mountaineers. Pass over to Taft. Taft has the ball. 50-yard pass downfield. Randalls is still on his knee in the penalty box. That was a terrible pass. Terrible pass by Elsis. That's a turnover. Ball's now down on the ground. Buffalo calls timeout. So the Mountaineers are serving 2 minutes of a non-releasable penalty. Both penalties, 1 each, were called on Tyler Randalls. Buffalo is now up 6-4, and we're late in the second quarter. Buffalo has called a timeout, and they're going to talk about it. We'll be back in just a minute.
I knew you were stressing that first game. There's no way. I would be stressing that game. But that would be I put it back on.
Okay, welcome back to Buffalo. We're late in the second quarter. The Bulls have the ball. They are man up. Mountaineers have been man down for over a minute now. The Bulls are spinning it around, and they have the lead. It's 6-4. During that timeout, Coach Brian Houck had a few choice words for his team. I don't think I've ever heard him more animated. Let's see if that motivates his team a little bit. And there's a ball that's down on the ground, but now picked up by the Bulls. Bulls still spinning it around. Now back up top. Mountaineers playing good D, man down. Bulls can't find an opening. They have the ball at X. Now there's a shot, and that gets past Taft. That was a beautiful shot. It was about 10 yards out on the right wing, and the Bulls go up. The score is now 7-4, and Randalls is still on his knee in the penalty box. So the Bulls have 2 goals during this 2-minute non-releasable penalty, and they are still counting. There's a face-off win, but now a turnover by the Mountaineers. That pass from Stone to Smith wasn't handled, now goes over. And it appears as though we're now at full strength again. But Buffalo has the ball, and they've had the ball in this entire second half of the second period. There's a 30-second penalty on the Mountaineers. They've been in the penalty box all the second half. That was an offside penalty on Brock Altland. He'll take a knee. And the Bulls will be man up. And they're ahead in this game, 7-4. We're late in the second quarter. Well, the Bulls are getting a lot of experience with their man-up offense. And there's another shot right around Chase Elsas. The Mountaineers have no answer. It is now 8-4. That's a face-off win by the Mountaineers. Pass over to Flynn, and the Mountaineers are going to settle. So the Bulls have been in the penalty box once for 30 seconds. The Mountaineers have been in the penalty box 7 times in the first half, including 2 non-releasable penalties, and that has just crushed their efforts here today. They are losing 8-4. They're going to have to try to find some offense, and they're going to have to try to find it quickly if they want to score again in this half. Sloppy play, head's not in the game. That was a beautiful hustle by the Bulls. The Mountaineers turned the ball over. There's a beautiful pass that's not handled well. It's going to trickle out of bounds. Oh, picked up by Chadwick. Chadwick could have let it go out of bounds, but now he's trapped deep in his own end. Passes to Taff. Taff looks for a long pass. Now passes short up to Taylor. Sutton Taylor with the ball. Mountaineers, that's a dangerous pass, but picked up by the Mountaineers. Mullaney passes, tries to force into Stone. Stone has the ball in the crease. He shoots, and it gets in. So that brings the Mountaineers just a little bit closer. It's now 8-5. And I'm not sure what the clock is, but we have to be under a minute in the second quarter. That's a face-off. And that is it. That's the end of the first half. Buffalo goes into halftime with a commanding lead. It's 8-5.
8-5.
Buffalo is up. There's a quick shot and a score. That gets in the back of the net, and the Bulls are going to go up 9-5 with just 3 seconds taken off the third quarter clock. The Mountaineers may have to rethink their strategy on face-offs if the Bulls are going to get goals within 3 seconds. And there's another face-off loss. Bulls had the ball again, and they have possession for the second time in the third quarter.
I keep getting it.
Buffalo with a 4-goal lead here early in the second half. And they've played some outstanding lacrosse tonight. There's a shot that goes wide of the cage. Chadwick lost his footing. Elsis was there with the slide. Bulls are definitely taking advantage of the short stick midfielders tonight. Mountaineers spent almost the entire second quarter in the penalty box. In the last 2 games, the Mountaineers have had 20 penalties. 20 penalties. There's a shot and a score. And number 4 for the Bulls, I think, has either 4 or 5 goals tonight. Buffalo goes up 10-5. I don't even think a minute has gone off the third quarter clock. The Mountaineers are moping. There's a procedure call on the Bulls. Mountaineers number 19, Dom Stingo with the ball. We haven't seen Stingo too much this year, but he has the ball. He almost went over back. And now Lipinski comes on in place of Stingo. Pass up to Stingo now on the far side. Below the crease. There's a shot blocked. That's an errant pass by Stone. That's going to be over back, picked up by the Bulls. The Bulls have numbers. There's a beautiful pass. And that's a shot that's saved by Taft. Taft immediately passes up to 7 August Flynn. Flynn has the ball, and now the Mountaineers have numbers. Let's see if Flynn's going to move it. He does not. He tries to dodge, and there's nothing there. The number advantage goes away. So Flynn needed to move that ball quickly. There's a flag down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The Mountaineers are not offside that I can tell. There's a shot and a score by Flynn. And there's a second flag down. Now we have 2 flags down. Are they going to call excessive celebration? I don't know what these refs are. Flynn immediately takes a knee. And there is an unnecessary a penalty on 7 Flynn for 1 minute. Well, the goal is good. The score is now 10-6. We're in the third quarter. We're still early in the third quarter, and Buffalo is once again man up and with the ball. There's a shot wide of the cage. Buffalo on the crease. Ford wants to shoot. He already has 5 goals in this game. There's a shot that goes off the top of the cage and bounces 50 feet into the air. And that should be out to the Mountaineers. But it's called over to the Bulls. How could that be? The Mountaineers were right by the sideline where the ball went out. The Bulls will get a fresh 80 seconds with the ball that bounced off the pipe. Mountaineers with stingy defense. They shoot, and that's saved by Taff. Taff has the ball. There's a beautiful pass upfield. Picked up by number 2, that's Bobby O'Neill. O'Neill passes over to Will Letters. Letters takes the ball and settles. Mountaineers are losing. It's 10-6. The penalty has expired. The Mountaineers burned that penalty. So at least a little bit of a ray of sunshine here in the third quarter. Altman wants to shoot. There's nothing there. Mountaineers' second line midfielders are in. Tyler Randalls is back on the field. Here's Kevin Mullaney from X. Passes back to X. There's good D. Altman shoots and scores. That brings the Mountaineers a little closer. It's now 10-7 with about 10 minutes left in the third quarter. So the Mountaineers are struggling here tonight. We have terrible weather. They've spent half the game in the penalty box just like they did in the pit game. And that is not conducive to winning. There's good defense. Now passes over, and the Mountaineers are going to set up their offense after another face-off win. And that ball is not handled and is turned over. So another sloppy play and poor ball handling by the Mountaineers' first team attackman. Now the Buffalo Bulls are bringing it down the other way. That was a good ride by the Mountaineers, but now Kenworthy gets lost, and that's a beautiful stick check. The ball's on the ground. So Kenworthy got burned a little, but then recovered, and there was a beautiful stick check and a turnover to the Mountaineers. We're going to come the other way. Ball to Taff. Here comes Smith. Taff needs to pass the ball. He passes it 40 yards to Flynn. Flynn looks for a shot. He shoots and it is saved by the Bulls goalie. So Taff had Jackson Smith right in front of him, but passed it down to Flynn. Flynn did have a nice look at the cage, but that ball was saved. Now the Bulls have a successful clear, and they have the ball on their end of the field. It's 10-7 here in the mid part of the third quarter. Buffalo is ahead. That's good defense by the Mountaineers' short stick. There's a pass right in the cage. Saved. Looked like it was saved by Taff. If not, it was wide. Bulls still have the ball. They take it out from the far side. Number 4 with the ball. Changes directions, shoots and scores. And he's very happy with himself. He's celebrating by himself on the opposite side of the field. Buffalo goes up 11-7. The Mountaineers have no answer for number 4. He has used and abused them all game. He has at least 5 goals. You would think there might be a defensive adjustment to cover number 4 with a pole. So far, they haven't done it. Oh my gosh, vicious hit. Not called by the refs. Now there is a flag down. So Buffalo will finally, for only the third time this game, will take a knee. This is a locked-in penalty for number 22 from Buffalo. It was a hit to the head. The Mountaineers had the ball, and they are finally man up. There's a shot that gets in. That was a quick shot by Lipinski from about 15 yards out. And now the score is 11-8. And I thought that was a locked-in penalty, but I guess it wasn't. 22 is going straight back out on the field. .22 was locked in. He signaled he was locked in. 22's now gone out on the field to do the faceoff. Brian Houck's having a seizure. Brian Houck is losing it on these refs. 22 takes a knee in the box, and that is correct. He was locked in for a minute. There's a ball that gets away, but it's going to be scooped up by the Mountaineers. Clock is stopped by the ref and now restarted. Not sure why that happened. Mountaineers still man up. Will Stone has the ball, and he's going to settle. Here comes Randalls. Randalls with the ball up top. Now passes to Lipinski, over to 34 Mullaney, and back to Lipinski. Mountaineers are spinning it. There's Will Stone with the shot and score. And 22 gets to watch that from the box. So finally a little justice. The Mountaineers scored 2 on a non-release penalty by Buffalo. And the score is now 11-9 with the Mo. We got the Mo. The Mo has shifted. Face-off ball still on the ground. Now picked up by the Bulls. The Bulls have the ball, but he's triple teamed. The Bulls still have the ball on the far end of the field. And that was a passive ride. Now Taft has the ball after a shot that was saved. Mountaineers now have the ball, and they have wheels. They're bringing it upfield. Pass over to Altland. Altland looks for a centering pass, and that goes wide of the cage. Backed up by Altland, so Altland heads up play there. There's a pass up to Randalls. We're back to full strength. The Mountaineers are now only down by 2. It's 11-9 late in the third quarter. Randalls has the ball, and he's dodging up. He passes up to Stone. Stone can't handle it. Ball's on the ground. Now beaten by the Bulls. The Bulls are closest to it. They pick it up on the end line. They pass it over on the other side. And now they're going to pass it to their goalie. They're up to 5 seconds. 40-yard pass is not handled. Now Dow still on the ground. Good stick check by the Mountaineers, still on the ground. That was picked up by the Mountaineers. Back to Altland. Altland shoots and scores! Off an assist from Mullaney. And baby, we're back in this game. Scratch my back with a long wall. That was Brock Altland, who brings the Mountaineers to within 1. It's now 11-10. And the Bulls are sweating. They're sweating, ladies and gentlemen, in 38-degree weather. Timeout, Buffalo. Welcome back to Walter Kuhn Stadium in Buffalo, New York. We have us a good game here, ladies and gentlemen. We're late in the third quarter. Buffalo has the ball. Not sure why Buffalo. Oh, they had the ball with the timeout called. The Mountaineers are only down by 1 now. It's 11-10. Monty Piervincenti comes in as one of the Mountaineers' short stick defenders. The other short stick is Chase Elsis, number 45. Buffalo with the ball. They're working on Elsis. That was good D by Elsis. Now they pass below GLE and they're coming up on the crease. That's great D by the Mountaineers. There's a skip pass across the other side. Still good D, nothing there. Buffalo's struggling. Ball's down on the ground. No, picked up by Buffalo. Buffalo still has the ball. They're losing their feet. They're still working on Elsis. There's a shot that gets past Taff. So the Bulls go up 12-10. They've been really working on our short stick middies all night long. They're going to have to hang in there. Those short stick middies are going to have to hang tough. We're late in the third quarter. There can't be much time left on the clock. The Bulls are up 12-10. That's another face-off win by the Mountaineers. Satkus, but he drops the ball and it's now picked up by his teammate. There's a shot and a score by Altland. That was a beautiful pass, and Altland with a low-high swing. And that was the rocket, ladies and gentlemen, right to the back of the net. We're back within one. It's 12-11. There's a face-off win by the Bulls, a rare face-off win by the Bulls. The Mountaineers attackmen released to midfield, but they didn't really apply much of a ride. And the Bulls are going to settle. Elsis is back on the field. Looks like 36 Jackson Smith got caught on defense. There's a shot, and that goes wide of the cage. That's a goalie ball, and good hustle by Aiden Taff. Buffalo didn't have that backed up, and Taff recognized it, and he gets the ball on a turnover. No midfielders. And there, finally, the Mountaineers are going to settle. So the Mountaineers with the ball take it to X. There's a shot, and that's going to be goalie ball. No, it's called to the Mountaineers. That was very close. The Buffalo crowd is very unhappy with that call. Mountaineers shoot, and that's a save. That should be a fresh 80. Looked like it was touched by the goalie. We are late, and so it was not touched by the goalie. Here comes Stone. He's going to shoot. And does that trickle in? It does trickle in. Will Stone, ladies and gentlemen. And I could see the red of the Mothman's eyes. This game is tied at 12. So they have scratched and clawed and scratched and clawed, and the Mountaineers are back in this game. And they're not going to go away, I can tell you that. And that was a face-off win by the Mountaineers. Slips on the ground, looking for an outlet. Terrible pass, but it's picked up by the Mountaineers. Now upfield. Mountaineers have the ball. Mountaineers now have numbers. Can they do anything with it? They are going to settle. And that was a turnover. That's not what we needed. We have to control the ball. And there's another turnover. Bad pass by the Bulls goes out on the end line. So the Mountaineers are going to bring it the other way. Let's see if we can get a successful clear. Pass across midfield. There's a pass, 34 Mullaney. Bounces off, and that's backed up by the Mountaineers. Mountaineers have the ball at X. Stone wants to shoot, nothing there. And that ball is not handled, and now it's going to be over and back. And now the Bulls have numbers. And there's a shot. That's saved by Taff. And Taff should have the ball. That's a goalie ball, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! That must be the end of the third quarter. The Mountaineers stopped that threat. And if I'm not mistaken, we are still tied at 12.
I have no idea.
Perhaps it's time to go check that out. We'll be right back. Are we on the air?
Yep.
Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, please let me know in the chat. Well, the fourth quarter has started and the game is tied at 12. The weather conditions have not changed. If anything, it's just a little colder. We still have rain, we still have high winds. We have a temperature under 40 degrees. Buffalo shoots, and that ball gets in. Once again, they're working on our short stick midfielders. Buffalo takes the lead early in the fourth quarter. It's now 13-12. That ball's picked up by the Mountaineers, number 5, Ben Chadwick. The Mountaineers win yet another face-off. That's kept them in this game. There goes Chadwick, and he shoots. Now he passes. The Mountaineers are going to settle. Ball's on the ground, picked up. Mountaineers have the ball below GLE. Here comes Mullaney. There's a shot. Goes wide of the cage. Stays with West Virginia. West Virginia now late on the shot clock. There's a centering pass, a shot, and a score! That's 26, Dave Lipinski with the goal. The Mountaineers tie this game at 13. Face-off ball still on the ground. Ball picked up by the Mountaineers. Looks like Chase Elsis. I'm sorry, it's picked up by the Bulls. The Mountaineers stay on defense. Beg your pardon. Bulls have the ball on the far side of the field. I can't feel my hands. There's a shot that gets past Taft. And there's so Buffalo goes up 14-13 in this back and forth game. I'm not sure that the Mountaineers have had the lead in this game. If they did, it was very briefly. There's a push. Oh, and it's called on West Virginia. They're pointing in opposite directions. Now it's called against the Bulls, and that is the right call. And West Virginia gets the ball. Oh, that was a dangerous pass by Letters, and it gets away from the Mountaineers. And that was backed up. Oh! And that was called a push on the Mountaineers, and that's going to be a turnover. And that was not what we needed. Ball's on the ground. The Bulls bring it upfield. Mountaineers are losing. It's 14-13. Buffalo has the ball. There's probably about 8 minutes left in the game. That ball gets in. So the Mountaineers defense is having some trouble. Buffalo shoots from 15 yards out, and Taft can't handle it. Buffalo goes up. The score is now 15-13. And that goal was the result of a turnover on the WVU offensive side of the field with a very dangerous pass that could not be handled. And that's a face-off win by the Mountaineers, number 36, Jackson Smith. Smith passes to Mulaney, and Mulaney settles. Flynn with the ball, changes directions. Flynn's going toward the crease. He shoots, and that ball goes over the crease and behind it. And that's called a turnover to the Bulls. Here comes Buffalo with the ball. Buffalo leads 15-13. Here's a shot by four. Goes wide of the cage. (26) Lipinski comes off the field and replaced by 16 Piervincenti. Number 4 twisted his ankle on the shot. He's limping off the field to the sidelines. Maybe he's got a cramp. Let's hope it's just a cramp. Yeah, I think it's just a cramp on 4, not a twisted ankle. So Buffalo takes the ball out in the deep corner, and now they're back up top. They are way spread out in an open set. They now dodge down the alley. 12 passes, and he's got an open look. Good defense by the Mountaineers. That's 32, Sean Kenworthy. Now the ball's below GLE and at X. Now a dodge and a shot, that's saved by Taft. Buffalo's going to have a fresh 80, I think. Buffalo takes the ball out on GLE. That's saved by Taft. That shot was saved by Taft, and now the Mountaineers are going to bring it down. Play is stopped for some reason. West Virginia has the ball. There's probably about 6 or 7 minutes left in the game. West Virginia is down by 2. The score is 15-13. They desperately need a goal on this offensive possession. And they have their first team midfielders on the field. That's Augie Flynn with the ball. Passes way across field to Smith. Smith is dodging down the alley. He shoots. And that goes wide of the cage. Stone doesn't want to take it out.
Does Martha have an injury?
I don't know.
I swear to God, we need it close.
Will Stone with the ball at X. Now changes directions. Passes up to Flynn. Flynn wants to shoot, but the ball's on the ground. Now it's going to be scooped up by Buffalo, and they're going to come down the other way. The Mountaineers are riding hard. Here comes Chadwick on the defensive side of the field. There's a shot. That's saved by Taff. Taff has the ball. He passes it up but not handled. Now picked up by Buffalo. They're going to still retain possession. That was an unfortunate turnover. Buffalo with a fresh 80 and with the ball. Ball's down on the ground, picked up by the Mountaineers. That was good defense, and that was a terrible pass. It's on the other side of the field. Now picked up by the Mountaineers, and they're bringing it upfield. Looking for an outlet pass. Still nothing there. We need a midfielder. Where's our midfielders? There's a pass finally across midfield. This is going to be a successful clear. Mountaineers with the ball at X. There's a shot that, no, that was a shot that went a little off the back of the cage, I believe. I don't know. Mountaineers get to retain possession. That's all I know. The ball's at X, and now coming up from GLE, they pass up top. There's a shot, and that goes wide. Stays with the Mountaineers. They're now late on the shot clock. Probably about 20 seconds left on the shot clock. There's a shot at the crease, and that gets in! That was a beautiful shot. Looked like it was Tyler Randall's. And that brings the Mountaineers within one. It's now 15-14. We're late in the fourth quarter. The Mountaineers need the face-off win right here. Oh, and that was a nasty hit. And that's going to be a flag on Buffalo. And that's a great call, ladies and gentlemen. That's a great call. He was off balance, unprotected, and there was a hit that knocked him on his can. So the Mountaineers are down by one, and they're going to get the ball on EMO. Buffalo has no one in the penalty box. They're ignoring it. Mountaineers spinning it around. Now at X. There's Randalls with a shot that goes wide of the cage. Way wide of the cage. Stone with the ball. There's a shot that goes wide of the cage again. Mountaineers take it out on the deep wing. There's Stone with a shot, and that gets in! And that was like a beer truck rolling down High Street. Will Stone, the pride of Lancaster County, ties this game at 15. This game's not over yet. It's going to be a face-off. Oh, ball's still on the ground. Now picked up by the Bulls. The Bulls win that face-off. They have it on their defensive side of the field. Now they're going to bring it up. The Fogos are still together on the opposite side of the field. And the Bulls are going to set up their offense as they settle with their attackmen. Mountaineers are playing black. They're way out on the ball. That's Sutton Taylor on the field. Out of Hedgesville High School. He's a native West Virginian. The ball's on the ground. Taylor lets it be. Bulls are looking for an opening. There's a swim dodge. There's a behind-the-back pass that went errant and now is down on the ground but picked up by the Bulls. The game is tied at 15 and we're late in the fourth quarter. Buffalo has the ball. The Mountaineers' Ben Chadwick is on the man with the ball. Looking for a centering pass. There's nothing there. Oh! And that's a turnover to the Mountaineers. And now here comes West Virginia coming down on the other side. That's Ben Chadwick with the ball. He passes down to Altland, and Altland is going to settle. There's probably less than 2 minutes in the game. I'm sorry I can't see the scoreboard. It's facing away from us. You would think they would face it toward the crowd. Here comes Will Stone with the ball. He wants to shoot. He passes a skip pass. There's a shot, and that's saved by Buffalo. The goalie has the ball in his stick. And now we're going to come down the other way. The Mountaineers are setting up their ride. The Bulls still have the ball, and they're late in the 10 seconds. There's a long pass downfield. The ball's on the ground and picked up by the Mountaineers. There's a stick check, and the ball's on the ground again. It's going to go out of bounds, and that'll be out to Buffalo. Oh, there's the signal. It's out to Buffalo. Buffalo will take the ball out on their defensive side of the field. We are late in the game, and this game is tied at 15. Buffalo has the ball. Mountaineers try to double team. Now they're trying to push the player out of bounds. That ball's down on the ground. It's picked up by Stone. Stone has space. He's looking to shoot. He passes. The ball is retained by West Virginia. The referee on the far side of the field is pointing toward West Virginia's. I thought that was out. I thought that was a turnover, but West Virginia has the ball. And we are late in the fourth quarter. The game is tied at 15. The Mountaineers pass to Stone. Stone shoots, and that's off the goalie. There's a stick check by Stone, picked up by Buffalo. The ball's down on the ground, picked up by Buffalo. Now Buffalo has the ball. The ball's still on the ground, picked up by Augie Flynn. Flynn wants to shoot. He shoots, and that it's saved by Buffalo. The ball's on the ground. There's a scrum in front of the net. The ball's way up in the air. Who wants it? Picked up by West Virginia. West Virginia has the ball. And there's a timeout. Brian Hauk. They're going to talk about it. My heart can't take this. Someone call a cardiologist.
Good one. Good one.
It is now 15-15. The game is tied.
Whose name on here is Douche? Someone's name is Douche. D-O-O? Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, that is a Who Tracy? That's what I know. Who Tracy?
Well, thank you all for joining us. We're here in Buffalo. The wind chill is minus 30. It's warmer on the surface of the planet Mars than it is in Buffalo. It is cold. It has been raining the entire time we've been here. We have a constant, steady 30-knot surface wind. And this game is tied at 15. And I think there's only a minute left in the game or less. West Virginia has the ball. Someone could be a hero. Who's going to be the hero of this game? West Virginia will take the ball out on the far side of the field. That's Kevin Mullaney, starting attackman. He passes up to Augie Flynn. Flynn's up top. Flynn comes down the alley. There's nothing there. He changes directions. Now he's going to take it below GLE. Buffalo's playing tight. Here comes Flynn on the opposite side. He passes up top. Here comes Mullaney. He shoots and scores! Kevin Mullaney puts the ball in the net for the Mountaineers, and for the first time since the first quarter, West Virginia takes the lead. And Grandpa, load the kids in the truck. It's time to go to the Mannington Fair. We're going to the fair. We're going to the fair. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're going to the fair. Woo! The Mountaineers take the lead. It's 16-15. Let's see if our defense can hold. Oh, there's a pass. And that's picked up by the Mountaineers, and the Mountaineers bring it down on their offensive side of the field. That's Chase Elsis with wheels. Elsis takes it all the way to X. He's looking for an outlet pass. That pass comes up to Altland, and Altland's going to settle. Now tight defense, the Bulls, and that's the end of the game! The West Virginia Mountaineers win this game in the last seconds of the fourth quarter. They go to 7-4 on the season. And yet another one. Join us tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, as the Mountaineers take on the New Hampshire Wildcats. That game will start at 5:30 p.m. It's a late one. And Kevin Mullaney with the game-winning goal is our Mountaineer Tap House player of the game. Kevin Mullaney puts it in the back of the net, ladies and gentlemen, and the Mountaineers will sleep well tonight. Join us tomorrow. We'll be back at 5:30 for the game against New Hampshire. Let's go, Mountaineers. Let's go.
Just making sure no one's hating.